Good morning, traders. TG Watkins here. It is January 4th. Welcome to the new year. I hope everybody's doing well out there, except for one company, and I will talk about that shortly. But I figured today, as far as the video newsletter, would be kind of about the realities of trading sometimes. We do have risk out there, and news is a thing, and I will show you that in just a second. But as far as this market pullback goes, this is everything that has we've been expecting. We've been talking about it, and I even made some posts. If you guys look on my Twitter page, that we were expecting that the market was probably going to be just holding up here into the end of the year because there was such a good run and rally that the big institutions and investors were going to hold this into 2024 because they wanted to defer taxes into 2024. So that's exactly what happened, and then the market started to really roll over at the beginning of the year. So yeah, that's that. You can also see that the MOXY indicator not only had negative divergence from here, so that was part of the thing that we saw. We could also see that near term, zoom into this, we could see that the MOXY indicator coming into the last week of the market, it was trying to go up. The market was trying to go up, but the indicator was going down. So really pretty rough as far as seeing any kind of support. The MOXY indicator was not happy about this. And then finally, you could see that the market started to break here on the 15-minute time frame. And again, the MOXY indicator was representing that pretty well. We also just know that the market was extremely overbought. I mean, it was so crazy over the last 2 months that it is only now starting to touch its 21 EMA on the daily chart. I mean, this thing was a sheer, straight-up vertical move. So yeah, it's definitely no surprise that stocks are going to be moving down and pulling back, and we've cashed in on a lot of things like that. Now, along with that, looking at Mobileye. Mobileye was one of our positions, and yes, it was moving down, and we got our sell signals and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe this really just wants to kind of stay in a box like this, and it should be sitting here on the daily 50, and maybe it's a little bit oversold. Well, as you guys can start seeing, it is all the way down here. That is really pretty rough. Let me show. This is one of the processes that I do every morning. I turn on the overnight. If you guys don't know about that, after hours, I like to do that. And I just kind of poke around at my positions, my holdings. I look at the market. I try to look at some other key things to see, okay, what kind of surprise might I be in for the morning, just so I could see something before it actually happens. A lot of times don't see too much. Everything's kind of normal. But then, unfortunately, this is the reality of trading I wanted to bring to you guys. Sometimes you get really pretty crappy stuff like this. And you just think like, wow, what is happening to my stock? This thing is falling off a cliff. And then you start looking around for some news because you figure, well, that's got to be something. And sure enough, you get this. So over here at Investors Business Daily, the news is that Mobileye stock crashes on weak year-end ahead earnings or outlook. And basically what it is, they are part of the self-driving cars, electric cars, and this is crashing because their customers. So Thursday they warned that they will be below estimates because of excess inventory at its customers. And this is something that we've kind of been hearing out there, that electric car sales have really kind of slowed down and that there's some inventory out there and glut. Well, because of this, Mobileye is now getting really hit. And as it turns out, there are some other stocks that are getting hit in sympathy as well. So maybe let's take a look at that and see, just how bad those are. So, and when something like this happens, because it's going to happen to you if it hasn't already, there's just nothing you can do. Just get out, move on. This is why you only put a certain percentage of your account into stocks, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't put 50% of your account into a stock. You just don't do that because of reasons like this. All right, so let's take a look at ADI. That was one of them. Yeah, they're down a bit. Okay, and then let's see, NXPI. This is another one. And yep, they're down a chunk as well. Now, the only thing I could say, other than these moves being in sympathy, let me get my cursor to see where this actually lands. The only thing I could say from a technical standpoint is it coming back down to the daily 50. Well, that makes sense. But based on the news, this could continue moving down a little bit further and have some repercussions to it. Yep, ON is down. And then STM was another one. Yep, they're all down. And then TXN was another one, and yep, same thing. That one's dropping down on the open too. Now, as I said, this one is definitely because of news. But if we look at the semis, we know that this thing was moving down anyway because the entire market was overbought. So yes, we were expecting the market to pull back. We were expecting all this stuff, but of course something like Mobileye, getting bad news like that is definitely going to grease the wheels and move these things even further and accelerate it. So, at least for some of the other names, we took in some big profits. We really had some good moves, like Chewy. We had a nice move in through here, came up like this. We got out at about 15%, and you can see it pulled back, so thank goodness we're out of that. And then Hive, this was another name. We had a really great trade. In fact, we had 2 trades. They basically totaled 43%, and then we got out at the top on that one. And so yeah, Cypher and basically the whole crypto space was really doing well. And then HLLY, this is Holly Carburetors. You can see this one had another big move, 10%. We got out at the top on that one. And so just little basically things like that. So you do what you can, you cash in where it is appropriate, and these were very appropriate exits. And then we just let the market do its thing. And unfortunately, there's going to be some just bad things that happen, like Mobileye. And as I said, you don't put your entire account in it, so that way when something like that happens, it's going to suck this morning. We're going to get out. We're just going to lick our wounds, and then you move on, okay? So just wanted to show you guys the reality of trading sometimes and, tell you that it happens to all of us. All right, anyway, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one.
Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis.